Hello everyone, today we're covering Broly vs. Jiren, like you've seen the title. So, let me remind you that this is DBS Broly vs. Jiren, because I wanted to do canon. So let's first go, oh and sorry, I forgot to mention, sorry for not posting for 2 weeks. I've kept forgetting, and I've been busy, and editing takes a lot of time. So let's go over Jiren's feats. So Jiren and Goku's presence shake nothingness, and nothingness alone must be something if they were able to shake it. But that's also a really good feat because nothing is infinite. So that's actually kind of something. So this is a really confusing also. But the Grand Prix. Sorry about that. The Grand Priest had to go into nothingness to create something, and then they were shaking that void of nothingness by just their presence alone. So then, now let's go into how Jiren was only starting to get pressed by Super Saiyan Blue. Well, he wasn't really getting pressed like he was against UI, but he was like getting tossed around a bit, even though he was barely trying. So I could say that he was kind of trying right there. Well, barely, like I said. Then he was only really getting pushed by UI Goku because he was also caught off guard. We need to say that because he thought he just murdered Goku with his own spirit bomb by sucking him up into a black hole. But he was like, but then Goku was just like, no, I have entered the stage again. And then he just kind of ran up to Jiren before Jiren could reasonably react. And then Jiren only got the time to react when he was right up in his face. And so I think that's a really good speed feat to measure out. So then let's go on to some Broly feats. So Broly was sent away like a couple months before the explosion, before Frieza destroyed planet Vegeta. So I'm not gonna bring up how Broly withstood like a planetary level attack when he was like a newborn. So like I don't want to bring that up because damn. And it's also not canon because that was from the DBZ Broly. But also, Broly, he was pressing Vegeta and Goku. Vegeta was also making Broly look like a child because he has more skill than Broly, because Broly was just in this madman state, but he was also suppressed. I just want you to know that. Broly was suppressed by that collar. So then but then he was also Vegeta was also considerably impressed. So then Vegeta had to go Super Saiyan against Broly, which is also a good feat on its own. Because right now I would state how you could scale saying that Vegeta was could have also absorbed God Ki from since Goku and Vegeta measure up, but like Goku's a prodigy. So but there's also no statements and no showings that could say that Vegeta absorbed he absorbed God Ki in his base. But he definitely got a lot stronger because he was also just making a fool out of Frieza before he went into Super Saiyan Blue because he was training with Whis. Don't you forget. So then he was also making Broly look like a fool, like I just said. But then he had to go Super Saiyan, which is a 50 times booster, which I think that just says alone how Broly suppressed had to press Vegeta enough where he had to go Super Saiyan. Which actually sorry, I'm getting off topic here, but I don't really think that maybe Vegeta didn't need to go like Super Saiyan because like it didn't look like he was being pressed that much to where he had to get 50 times stronger at that moment, but he might have. I might need to look that up when I'm editing, and then and probably find some clips or something, and I'll probably put them like right here if I do find some. But okay, so next we have to show that how Broly was also impressing Goku, but sorry, I'm laughing because of how Goku was stretching. I'm still getting off topic here. I am sorry again. But how he was kind of pressing Goku okay, so actually first I need to go over the Vegeta where he pressed Vegeta to go Super Saiyan God. I forgot to mention that. I have it wrote down right next to me. So he pressed Vegeta to go Super Saiyan God, which is like, well, godly. So so he pressed him to go. He pressed him to activate Super Saiyan God, which is a really good feat because that means that Broly suppressed in his base form, pressed him enough for where he had to go God, and then he went up against Goku and he was impressing Goku too, and Goku actually thought he was a good fight. Well, good spar, I guess you could say. So, then he started ragdolling Goku and Vegeta when he was going like, I forgot what it's called, but where he like kind of summoned the like 10 times booster of the Great Ape without being in the Great Ape form. I forgot what it's called, but it's like a really cool form. I actually like it a lot. So he was ragdolling them. So he was ragdolling them like he was shoving them into mountains and stuff, like ice glaciers. And sorry for my sniffles. I have allergies, so I'm probably gonna edit those out. But so he was ragdolling them, and when he just got times 10 booster when they were in God. So that says something, and it was both of them. So where they had to go Super Saiyan Blue, and that's when Broly started going Super Saiyan. Like that's when he awoke in Super Saiyan. So then they just started. So then they had to do a final Kamehameha. Actually, well, it's a galactic Kamehameha. I was thinking because how they showed the galactic gun, or the Gallic gun as yellow. So that got me confused for a second. Okay, so next let's go on to Jiren feats. How he also fought both Super Saiyan. No, he actually fought Super Saiyan Evolved, Vegeta, and then fought Kaioken times 10 Goku at the same time, and he was doing very well against them. How so like that says something, bro. And also I forgot to mention how he forced them to where they thought they needed to fuse, but they didn't fuse because I'm pretty sure like Kefla or something like shot the used a ki blast and destroyed the Potara earrings, but maybe not. I'll put in text if I did or something, if I got that wrong. So he was pushing both of them at the same time, like Broly did. So I think they have a similar power level to state. And also, then they had to fuse, like how I just meant. This is why I had to mention the Bataro state. But it was also a statement by the Elder Kai how the Bataro fusion is is stronger than the other fusion. So it's like so I think because Edson like the in Japanese can be interpreted as multiplies and so it's really confusing. For this I'm just gonna say times, so you're adding on to each other's power levels, and then you could say that the Potaro fusion adds a little bit more. So but that's kind of up in the air because statements are not always true because we don't really have I don't really have a feat here that could say that he was right. So also how they had to do the fusion dance, and that was the only time they started pressing Brawlies when they had Blue, and they had Super Saiyan Blue, and then Goku, why did I say Goku? But Brawly went legendary form, legendary Super Saiyan, which you can also interpret as Super Saiyan Berserk. Sorry, I have allergies, like I said, so this is hard for me a bit. So because Kel went Berserk, which she's just like a female Brawly, I guess you could say. So now I'm gonna get to the specifics, like how I think the fight would go. I think like since Jiren's kind of he's trying to strategize, bro. But he would probably use his, like, you know how he can punch people before they react with his, like, eyes, like it's weird, like he can damage people with his eyes. So I think he might use that so like he'd be playing the defensive, and he'd just be slowly walking towards Broly and trying to make him tired. So he'd probably try to make him tired, and then he'd probably be pressing Broly, and I'm gonna say this is base form Broly, and then he'd probably force Broly to go Super Saiyan, and that's probably when Jiren had to try 50%, where he had to try a lot. So he had to so I think this fight would be really interesting, where they're just brawling it out, and then I think with Legendary he might need to go his hidden potential Red Ultra Instinct form or something. And then they'll just start brawling again. And I think this is hard to say. Like, I think Jiren might win this one because in base he was pressing both evolved Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and Kaioken times 10 Super not Broly, Goku. So that's it for that's it for this debate. See you next time, and thank you for watching, guys. KOSU out.